Welcome to this channel where we decode women's psychology, sex, and sexuality. Let's be honest, getting what you want from women isn't always about charm, looks, or smooth lines. Most of the time, it's about understanding how she's wired, knowing how to position yourself, and asking for what you want in a way that makes her feel like saying, yes, is the most natural thing in the world.
The men who fail?
They either beg, or they demand.
Both kill attraction instantly. The men who succeed?
They use subtle influence, emotional timing, and boundaries that make women want to give them what they're asking for. Today, I'm going to break down 7 ways to get what you want from women most of the time, and if you think this is about manipulation, you're already missing the point. This is about respect, confidence, and mutual benefit. 1. Understand what she actually responds to, not what she says. Here's the thing most men never figure out. Women will tell you what they think they want, but that's not always what they actually respond to in real life. She might say she wants a man who's always available, endlessly patient, and puts her first in everything. But notice, those men often get friend-zoned, while the guy who has boundaries, a life of his own, and doesn't bend over backwards gets her full attention. This isn't because women are lying, it's because attraction is emotional, not logical. The traits she lists are her ideal, but the traits that stir her emotions are usually different. Humans, men and women alike, are driven by 2 forces: comfort and challenge.
Too much comfort? She gets bored. Too much challenge?
She feels unsafe. The sweet spot is giving her enough stability to trust you, but enough unpredictability to keep her intrigued. Pay attention to her reactions, not just her words. Does she light up when you tease her instead of always agreeing? Does she chase you a little more when you're busy and focused on your own goals?
That's your blueprint.
The man who can read what a woman responds to emotionally will always have more influence than the man who only listens to what she says she wants on paper. 2. Set boundaries early and consistently. If you don't have boundaries, you will never get what you truly want from a woman, you'll only get what she decides to give you. And 9 times out of 10, that's going to be the bare minimum. Boundaries aren't about control. They're about communicating, this is who I am, this is what I tolerate, and this is how I expect to be treated. Women subconsciously test men, not because they're evil, but because they're wired to look for strength. When you set boundaries early, you show her you're not afraid to walk away from something that doesn't serve you. The nice guy who avoids conflict, always says yes, and lets little things slide sends the message that his time, energy, and self-respect are negotiable. That's when she stops taking you seriously. If she flakes on plans, don't send a guilt-tripping text or pretend it's fine if you're upset. Simply say, hey, no worries. Let's reschedule when you're sure you can make it. Then don't chase. That subtle shift, removing your attention when boundaries are crossed, instantly increases your value. Boundaries aren't set once, they're reinforced through consistent action. If you give in just this one time, you've trained her to keep pushing. Remember, women respect what you protect, and your self-respect should be non-negotiable. Once you've got boundaries in place, the next step is learning how to make her want to give you what you're asking for, and that's where reciprocity comes in. 3. Use reciprocity to your advantage. There's a little psychological trigger called the reciprocity effect. When you do something for someone, they feel an unconscious pull to give something back. It's why salespeople give you a free sample, and why, when a guy makes a woman feel seen, valued, and appreciated, she often wants to give him attention, affection, or effort in return. The trick is to give in ways that are meaningful, not desperate. Surprise her with her favorite coffee when she's stressed. Give her a sincere compliment on something she clearly put effort into. Help her solve a problem without expecting immediate payoff. But, and this is important, you must pair generosity with boundaries. If she never reciprocates, stop over-investing.
Women are emotionally driven. When you create a moment where she feels good because of you, she associates you with that positive feeling.
And human nature kicks in, she'll want to even the score. Reciprocity works best when it feels uncalculated. If she senses you're only doing something to get something back, it feels transactional, and attraction dies.
Now, giving her something of value is one thing, but timing is everything.
If you want your requests to land, you have to master emotional tension. 4. Build emotional tension before asking for anything. If you want something from a woman, whether it's her time, attention, intimacy, or commitment, asking too soon is like trying to eat a cake before it's baked. You'll end up with a half-formed mess.
The secret?
Build emotional tension first. Women thrive on anticipation. When you make her feel before you ask, you activate the emotional centers in her brain that drive decision-making. Think about it. If she's laughing, curious, and drawn in, she's far more likely to say yes to your invitation or agree to your suggestion. How to build tension. Use playful teasing to create a spark. Share personal but intriguing stories that make her want to know more. Use pauses in conversation. Silence can be magnetic when it's confident. Give subtle compliments and then change the subject, leaving her wanting more. Don't overdo it. Too much teasing without warmth feels like arrogance. Balance light challenges with genuine appreciation. The goal isn't to manipulate, it's to create a dynamic where she's emotionally invested before you make a request. Once you've built that emotional spark, the next step is understanding how to frame your requests so they feel like her idea. 5. Make it seem like her idea. One of the smartest ways to get what you want from women? Make it feel like it was her decision all along. This taps into something called the illusion of autonomy. People are more committed to choices they believe they made themselves. Instead of saying, "We should go to this new rooftop bar," you might say, "I heard there's this rooftop place with amazing views. I'm trying to remember who I'd enjoy going there with." Boom. You've planted the seed without telling her what to do. If she brings it up later, she feels ownership over the idea. Why this works. It removes resistance. No one, man or woman, likes feeling pressured. When you give her space to choose, she's more likely to say yes and enjoy it, because she feels in control. Use this sparingly. If she catches on that you're constantly planting ideas, it'll feel manipulative. Think of it as seasoning, not the whole meal. But even if you're smooth with your suggestions, you won't consistently get what you want unless you project certainty. And that's where confident body language comes in. 6. Speak through your body language. Here's something most guys overlook. Women read your body before they hear your words. Your posture, eye contact, and movements all tell her whether you're a man she should take seriously. Why this works. Female attraction is deeply tied to perceived dominance and certainty, and those traits are communicated non-verbally. A man who moves slowly, holds eye contact just a beat longer, and doesn't fidget sends the message, "I'm in control here." When you exude calm confidence, your requests carry more weight. How to project this energy. Stand tall, shoulders slightly back. Use slower, more deliberate gestures. Avoid darting eyes. Maintain steady, warm eye contact. Take up space without overdoing it. Be grounded, not aggressive. Practice this in everyday situations, ordering coffee, talking to strangers, so it feels natural when you're with a woman you like. Confidence is a muscle. And finally, the most overlooked way to get what you want from women, a method that feels almost counterintuitive, is learning when not to ask at all. 7. Get more by sometimes asking for less. Here's the paradox. The less needy you are for something, the more likely you are to get it. When you can genuinely walk away from what you want, or delay asking for it, you create scarcity. And scarcity breeds desire. Why this works. Women, like everyone, value what's rare. If you're not constantly pursuing, asking, or pressing for something, she starts to wonder, why isn't he chasing me? That curiosity pulls her toward you. And when she's coming to you, giving first, you're already getting what you wanted without asking. If you want her to open up emotionally, don't pry. Share something meaningful yourself, then leave space. Silence, patience, and self-sufficiency make her want to fill that gap. This only works if you're genuine. If you pretend not to care but secretly obsess, it will leak through your tone, body language, and energy. True detachment comes from having a life so full that one woman isn't your entire source of happiness. Getting what you want from women isn't about manipulation or trickery. It's about understanding psychology, owning your value, and moving with confidence. Boundaries. Reciprocity. Emotional tension. Subtle suggestion. Powerful body language. And the wisdom to sometimes do less. Master these, and you won't just get what you want from women, you'll get it while making them feel good about giving it. I'll see you in the next video.